Thank you everyone for checking out the channel, Spray or Splash Fragrance Reviews. I am Rob. This is my 2021 Spring Suggestions video. So happy you came by. I'm excited about this list. I think I've got some killers for the spring list. Ones I think that fit the spring season perfectly. Let's get into it. First up is a fragrance from the House of Mancera. This is Hindu Kush. Now you might be thinking, is this sticky green like something you might see being handled by Snoop or Redman or Method Man or something like that? Not quite. It is a green fragrance. It is different in the beginning. It's not a fragrance that I think at the initial blast everyone is going to really love. It takes a little while for the base notes to really kick in, but when that vanilla pod note kicks in and the patchouli, it's an amazing fragrance, but you have to get there. So this is one of those fragrances that you've kind of got to spray on, let it sit, and it'll do its magic in time. Does it ever smell like the green sticky? Maybe about like an hour into the fragrance, you get slight hints of that green note that follows the name, but it's ever so slight, and it's not anything that's going to put anybody off or make you feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't wear this to work though, but I would say this would be a great fragrance to wear casually. It's got notes of cannabis, patchouli, vanilla, musk. And like I said, I think it's actually specifically vanilla pods, and they kind of come to life in the base of the fragrance with that musk and patchouli, and it's magic then. But you kind of have to get to that point. You can cop this fragrance for about $95 to $135, in the gray market or on eBay. If you go retail, I think it's probably closer to $200 or like $185, somewhere around there. But it's one I highly suggest, and I think it would work wonders for you as an option for spring. So once again, from the House of Mancera, Hindu Kush. From the House of Lolita Lampica, this is Low, Au Masculin. This is a 2010 release, and this is a flanker to the original Au Masculin. Au Masculin was a fragrance that was known for a very prominent like anise or anise licorice note along with the vanilla. This kind of takes that DNA and freshens it up a little bit by adding like lemon verbena, some violet, and some more green notes. And it kind of gives it this green feel that contrasts with the sweet. The sweet of the anise and the vanilla has been toned down. So for those that complained about the original being maybe too sweet smelling, this might be like the perfect compromise, and the one that I feel might have more appeal than the original. Now the original is like a great fragrance and many people love that fragrance, but I feel like this one is like a slight improvement to that fragrance. So it's one definitely worth checking out. It's a little harder to find, but you can find it. I want to say price range $65 to about $80. It's what you're gonna, if you go looking for this fragrance, is what you're gonna probably be looking to pay. That's what I'm seeing this fragrance priced at on eBay. So again, from the House of Lolita Lampica, this is Low Au Masculin. From the House of Hermes, this is Voyage de Hermes. It's a 2012 release. Really nice green cardamom fragrance that's brightened up by like a nice lemon citrus opening. Very well done, very refined. One that I'm really surprised I don't see more people talk about. I mean, because this fragrance it's got that high-end luxury feel to me. It's a fragrance you can cop gray market and on eBay between like $85 to $110. It's definitely one worth checking out. I copped mine on eBay and I got it on the lower end, like close to the $85 range, and it was a tester. But wow, for springtime, it's one I really highly recommend. You should check it out if you get a chance. And this one is because I know it comes in the EDT and the EDP. This is the EDP, All right, so again from the house of Hermes, Voyage de Hermes. 2006 release from the house of Guerre. This is Guerness. Really nice, bright, uplifting fragrance. That's a fruity, floral, woody base, kind of musky, incredible fragrance that I've had on multiple lists. It's definitely one you need to check out. I know some people or some males are put off by florals, but trust me, wear this one around your lady or women. I'm thinking you're going to get quite a bit of compliments from this one. This one is just well executed. It's happy, as the name infers, and it's one that works well in springtime. So if you've never checked this one out, you got to check it out. This is Guerness from the house of Guerre. A 2011 release from the house of Lalique. This is Hommage à la Homme. This fragrance deserves so much more love in Fragcom. I feel like people need to be talking about this fragrance a lot more. This definitely has niche stylings in the sense that this, to me, does not have like that mass designer appeal, but it's really nice. And I think if you gave this one a chance, you would be highly impressed. At one, at the quality of the juice. At two, price point. I used to always say this was like a kind of like a fragrance that had like a melon feel to it, like it was this honeydew, some type of sweet melon. But melon is actually not even listed as a note in this fragrance. It's more like this is violet leaf, it's musk, it's honey. So it's got this clean kind of feel to it with a touch of sweetness, slightly green, some woods in the base, just perfect for springtime. I think the price point on this one is like in the $30s to $40 range. Yeah, between like, you can get this one between like 35, maybe all the way up to $50, but definitely in that range is what you're going to be looking to pay for this fragrance. Gray market, eBay. So if you can check it out, check it. When you see this fragrance listed on Fragrantica, it's not going to have this bottle. It's going to have this really like ornate bottle, and that's like the special crystal presentation that they have. I think that particular version is $200 or $300 because you're paying for the bottle. It might actually be more than that, but you can go with this one. This one is really nice as far as its presentation. It kind of has that Art Deco feel to it, and it's one that I highly recommend. So again, from the house of Lalique, Hommage à la Homme. From the house of Acqua di Palma and their Blue Mediterranean line, this is Jean Pro di Sardinia, and I know I probably murdered the pronunciation of this one. I think this is a 2014 release. It is basically an aromatic, woody, spicy fragrance that's really got this calming feel to it, believe it or not. It's kind of unique in that way. It's got this feel to it that it's not totally like most aromatic, spicy, men's fragrances, because of, I don't know if it's the cypress or the sage, but it's got this calm feel to it that kind of like chills you out, and it's kind of refreshing in a sense. Uniquely its own, and it's one that's worth checking out. Price point for this, this is a 2.5, 75 mil. It's about like $100, about 100 to like about $125. You can cop this on, I guess, gray market retailers and like on eBay. Retail, I can't say for certain, but gray market and eBay, I'm pretty sure about that. So it's definitely one worth checking out. It would work great in the spring. Jean Pro di Sardinia from the house of Acqua di Palma. From the house of Ormond Jane, this is Ombre Royale. This is a 2016 release, 50 mil. You can cop this one for about $100 to $125, gray market or eBay. This is not a fragrance that you blind buy. This is not a fragrance that I think most guys would like if you don't like florals. Now, even with that being said, it's one you should definitely give a chance to, because it's definitely a unique fragrance. The name is deceiving. You think ombre, I'm thinking amber. It's got amber in it, but amber is like, I don't know if I can smell it. It's got osmanthus, it's got iris, it's got orchid, It's got a little bit of cedar. It's got some musk, and it's got ambroxan. I don't get ambroxan at all, but ambroxan is there. Plus, it's got this very unique watery vibe. And when I say watery, I don't mean blue. I don't mean like a, aquatic type watery. It's more just like a dew on a flower, on a plant or something like that in the morning. This slight wetness in this fragrance that gives it a real like lightness that's different than anything that I've smelled. So I guess Royale, I guess that part of the title is fitting. I don't know if the amber part is fitting, but it's definitely one you should check out. Unisex fragrance. It gets better the longer you have it on skin, and a little goes a long way. So one you should consider, from the house of Ormond Jane, Ombre Royale. 2009 release from the house of Comme des Garçons. This is Dover Street Market. This one deserves a lot more conversation, honestly. I copped this bottle for about $100 from a online retailer in New York. Can't recall the name. I don't know if the fragrance is still in production or not, but this is basically like a woody, aromatic, spicy with some balsamic qualities, pretty much. I mean, you've got coriander, juniper. I think you've got incense, pine. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice, and it's highly slept on in my opinion. It's one that deserves a lot more conversation, like I said earlier. So check this one out. If you can get your hands on it, or if you can get a sample, put your nose on it, see what you think. If it's something that you want to add to your collection, go for it. I really enjoy this one, and I'm going to be giving this one a lot more. Whereas the spring from the house of Comme des Garçons, Dover Street Market. From the house of Cartier, 2016 release, this is Limbal. This is a fragrance I had on my channel some years back when I first copped it, and I was kind of on the fence when I first bought it. Then I put it in another video, and I kind of said I was coming around to the fragrance, and now I can say I truly like this fragrance. This is one that is, it punches way above its price point. I mean, you can cop this fragrance for, I want to say between like 40 to like $60, somewhere in that ballpark. This is a 2.7, I think, or hold on. I want to make sure I give you the right info on this one. Yeah, this is a 2.7 bottle, and this is like one of the best bottles to me. Like, you have to actually feel this bottle. It's heavy glass, and this top, the spray mechanism is just killer. This is a killer spray mechanism for this particular fragrance, and it is a honey fragrance that's got like lavender, violet. It's kind of got this wispy feel to it, in the sense that it doesn't really project, like big. There's no big projection from the fragrance, but it's got nice sillage, and it leaves a nice scent trail. And I think it's one of those sneaky fragrances where you might go nose blind to it and you can't smell it anymore, but it's still doing its thing. And it smells very, very expensive. It smells way more expensive than the price point you're going to pay for it. So do yourself a favor. Cartier puts out quality juice. This is quality juice. This is Limbal. 2004 release from the house of Francesco Smalto. This is Full Choke. This is another one of those unique bottles, kind of like a phallic. Yeah, when I first saw this fragrance bottle years back, I was wondering, like, what's up with that bottle? And I read something somewhere that said it was supposed to represent like an old school musket with the stick that you pack in the gunpowder. And I was like, okay, not really a firearms specialist or expert, so I kind of went with that. But then I ran across a print ad, and in the ad it had the bottle sitting like this, and then like a lady's hand like in the distance, but it looked like the hand was small. And yeah, you kind of get what they were trying to show off in that video. But all jokes aside, this is a unique fragrance that I don't know if this ever had any traction in Fragcom. Like, I wasn't really in Fragcom back when the fragrance came out, but it's got this unique list of notes. It's got like teak wood, coriander, pineapple, and some other notes in it. But the thing is, like, the actual, like, the accord made by some of the ingredients makes this gunpowder accord, which is totally different than what I think any of us are used to in fragrance, and it actually works. I don't know if it's all of the spicy notes that they put together, or maybe some things that are not listed, that make this what seems like gunpowder. Like, being a kid, you know, I played with caps, I played with snaps, I played with firecrackers. We popped off in 80s. I mean, and I know what it smells like. You know what I mean? And something about this fragrance has kind of got like a nice little trace of that going throughout the fragrance that makes it definitely unique. It's got pineapple, but don't think pineapple like Aventus. It's totally different. It's got like a slight booziness to it, and you know, you can do your research and see what you think about the fragrance or what information you find out. But I think that it's one that's perfect for spring nights, and will definitely make you stand apart from other people, and one I definitely wanted to bring to you guys as a suggestion for spring 2021. So again, from the house of Francesco Smalto, this is Full Choke. All right, so that wraps up my 2021 spring suggestions video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thank you so much for checking out the video. Let me know in the comments some of the fragrances you're going to be rocking this spring. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, I highly encourage you to subscribe. It helps the channel out. Hit that bell for notifications. As I stated, I'm going to be trying to put out videos consistently at least once a week. And I've got a lot of ideas for things that I'm going to be doing to try to make it interesting for the year 2021. Hey, everyone, stay safe, love one another, and I will talk to you real soon. Peace.